Hi, Keith Alverson. I farm near Chester, South Dakota, and out here at DakotaFest. Today I got to take part of an egg drainage forum on behalf of South Dakota corn growers and kind of get a farmer's perspective on some of the benefits of drainage tile. From my perspective, there's two key areas that are beneficial when we talk about egg drainage. And that's first is from an environmental perspective. They talked about the reduced runoff, the reduced topsoil loss. That's a huge benefit. It also takes soil from a saturated status into an unsaturated status, and allowing that air to move into the soil can open up a possibility for a lot of other things. Reduced tillage, as you would see further west here, becomes a possibility, and it also makes the soil healthier. Roots are going to move to those areas that have oxygen. You're going to have microbes that are breaking down that crop residue, building organic matter in those areas that otherwise wouldn't have taken place. The runoff is a huge issue. The reduced fertilizer and topsoil loss is really significant. The other thing would be the economic aspect of it. And when we look at long-term trends, the increase in yield that we've seen on our farm is sometimes, the difference between having a crop and not having a crop. 30 to 50% yield increase is what's been measured by universities like SDSU or the University of Minnesota. And so when we think about that with today's commodity prices, if you would see an increase of 50 to 100 bushels of corn, you're looking at $350 to $700 of additional revenue on those acres that would be impacted by the drainage. I have one farm in particular that we installed drainage tile on last fall. That the year prior to that, I had a significant amount of ground, 20% of it that was drowned out from the summer rains, which were not unlike the ones that we had this year. And this year it's going to be some of my most productive ground just because it had that ability to take up that excess moisture, and when we had those large rainfall events, there was some place for that to go rather than to actually run off or sit on the surface for a period of time long enough to kill the crop.